Okay, let's start our frames program here. I'll take the website called HDFC Net Banking. Basically, the secured sites will be using frames. Okay, so let me navigate to. I found just one of the site which they use frames in their website. Okay, so from your perspective, right now I didn't teach you frames, right? So forget about frames and try to automate it in a normal way. Let's see where actually our code breaks and try to analyze then so what we need to do to handle that. Okay, so from our perspective, let's come into this website and enter the information on customer ID, right? So I'll use Firefox for that, and you are pretty clear with the stuff how we need to launch the browser from my previous sessions, right? So sorry, and driver dot get. Let's navigate to the site. Yeah, so once navigated, we'll try to find the field of this. Okay, this time we go with CSS. So we have done most of the examples with XPath locator. This time we will do with CSS. Yeah. Okay, let's write our customized CSS rather than directly copying it from file path. So driver dot find element with CSS selector. Yeah. So input tag name. Remember syntax which we have discussed in previous sections. Tag name open bracket attribute equals to the value of attribute. So class is input password. Fine, let's close it and we'll enter send keys because this is an edit box. Let's try to enter some random numbers, 1000. Cool. And also we just take the page source. Okay, let me just do a basic script. So this is the very basic script and which we can do it easily. Let's run and see what's happening now. So in general this should work fine. So assume that you are not aware of frames on the site which you are developing and you have just wrote 3 steps saying to enter something in send keys and you are making sure it's working fine. So site got opened and yeah, you can see that it got failed. We have given everything in a proper format but still it's failing. So if you see the console, it says unable to locate this element. Actually this element is present as per our location what we have identified here. This element is present here. Now take this, if you want to cross check, copy this, paste it here and click on enter. You can see something is getting highlighted. That means, see that the box is getting highlighted. That means our locator technique what we have provided is correct, but still Selenium says it cannot identify it. So the reason for that is if you came across some situation saying that you have given a proper location strategy to identify it, and if you still see that there is something failing from the script perspective, then the only first thing that it should come in your mind is frames. Check if there are any frames in an application which might be the cause for failure. Right. So how I will know that there are frames in the website? Right. The first basic question we get. So as a tester, as an automation tester, we are not aware of the frames and whatever it is, the developer logics, developer concepts, we are not aware. So from a end user perspective, from a tester perspective, how you will come to conclusion saying that okay, there are frames in an application, so I have to use some other strategy to identify it, right? So let's see now. So I'll tell you one trick to just identify to whether they have frames or not. First of all, take the page source of the web page, right? Okay, it says mouse right click is disabled, right? Because this is a secured site, banking site, and they don't want to expose their source code. So when we right click, it says right click disabled. So then how we get the page source? Remember, in one of my previous session I have told you that there is command saying driver.getPageSource. Okay, it will bring out all the page source of the code. So as we need it in the console, just print it out. Okay, right. If you run now, it will give me the page source. With that page source, I will investigate to check whether there are frames in application or not. Let's run it again. Oh sorry, it will fail, because in this step itself it will fail. It will not come to the next step. So we have to write it top of the okay. Let me comment out this. Cool. So now we'll get the page source and then script will fail. As I said earlier, this is the most famous interview question asked in everywhere. So you just carefully get this concept. Okay, we got the frames. We got the page source. Let me copy this entire thing and I'll paste it on. Did we get it here? So if I'm getting some other information. Okay, let me copy the entire thing. So if you look at here, so one tip I'll give you here. The first one is, if the application is built on frames, so developer will have to write the code in either of two tags. One is iframe or frame set. So developer uses any one of these two tags to write the code of frames, and he will embed into these tags. Okay, so if you find any of these tags in the source code, that means you can come to a basic conclusion saying that there is something in the code which is on frames. Okay, so this is kind of checkpoint. So based upon these two tags, you can confirm about the visibility of those frames in application. For example, I'll take this iframe. I'll take this frame set, Control C, and I'll try to find it here, clicking Control F. See that you have something here in frame set. This is the code in frame set. So how many tags we have here? 1, 2, and these are two closing tags. So that means there are two frames in an application. You can just come to a basic conclusion from this. Given either iframe or frame set, one of two will be used. So check with both, and here in this website they have used frame set. So Control F, frame set, and click on enter to make sure. So how many frames are there? So we have found totally two tags here, frame set 1 and frame set 2. So that means there are two frames in an application, and most probably the element what I am looking for might be on one of those frames, and that's the reason our script failed. Okay, that's the basic criteria what we have achieved. So let's see now. So how to handle then if that isn't frames? Let's go back and try to identify that. If web application have iframe as tag name, then definitely he will be providing id attribute for that. For example, if you come here, it says frame set calls equals to something like that, right? If it is an iframe, the information will be like this: iframe id equals to some random numbers. This is the way how the people will develop this. So we can grab this id of this frame, okay, and now here what we have tried to enter something in a login page and it got failed, right? This is the login section, it got failed. Make sure check in what frame the login is there. This is the first frame set, and this is cookie HTML, something like that. This is the second frame set, and here you can identify something called rs login.html, right? That means login HTML web document is embedded in the second frame. Got it? So you can say that the box what I am checking for is in the second frame. See, I'll come back to this step. If there is an iframe, he will definitely give the ID of this, right? If that is a frame set, people generally don't give any IDs. So why this IDs is to find this frame uniquely, because for Selenium we need to tell how to identify that frame. To identify, we need to have some unique attribute of that frame so that we can crack that. In the case of iframes, if there are iframes, so dev team specifically gives the ID attribute. With that we will able to catch that frame and identify our web elements. But in case of frame sets, there will be no IDs given in 99% cases. So in that case, you just come to the code and do a basic search and decide at what frame our component lies. In this case we have in the second frame, right? Let me comment this. See, now the step we need to write here is driver dot switch to dot. Okay, we are switching from web page to frames dot f. See that there are totally 3 methods. One is expecting frame of number. That means if you know at what frame it is getting, just mention the index of that frame. Now in our case, we are sure that it was in the second frame. So if it is in first frame, give the index as 0. If it is the second frame, give the index as 1. Okay. So let me take frame. So based upon, if you know the index of the frame where exactly our component lies, then go with this method. Or if you know the ID of that frame where exactly our component lies, you can go this second method and give it as frame of the particular ID of the frame. If it is an iframe, definitely the dev team will provide ID for it. Take that ID and frame of mention it here. So automatically our WebDriver switches from normal web page to frame, and then give this step, it will identify because we have switched, right? Okay, now in our case it is not iframe, so we will go with an index. We came to a conclusion that it is an second frame. So what I'll do, driver dot switch, as in first frame, then it will be on 0 index. If it is second, it will be on 1. So I'll give it on first frame. That's it. So only step we need to write is switching step, right? So we are switching from normal web document to the frames, and then why we are switching? Because our elements what we are searching for is in that frame. So that's the reason we are switching, and we are finding that element and entering something. Okay. So this is the base concept what I am trying to teach. In next session, we will do the examples related to frames to make us familiar and have an hands-on. Thank you.